everybody, and welcome to Kleschka Picks Week 15. I am Austin Kleschka, and let's get started with the Thursday game of my Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. It is Color Rush Week for the Seattle Seahawks. They will be wearing this action green. Can't wait. I think these uniforms look awesome. And let's just get started talking about the game. The Seahawks lost last week to Green Bay. Russell Wilson threw 5 interceptions last week. They weren't all his fault. Some of them were tipped. But still, it wasn't a great day for the offense. Their defense, Aaron Rodgers was able to get past that. He looked like elite Aaron Rodgers, and Seattle lost. And the Rams also lost. Jared Goff is still trying to learn in the NFL. But I think things are going to go good for Seattle this week. I think their defense is going to have a great day against Jared Goff, still trying to learn in the NFL. And I think their offense is going to step up again, although it is hard to predict them. They're off, they're on, they're off, they're on. What are they going to be? They're very hard to predict on offense. But I think they're going to have a good day against the Rams. We usually play bad against the Rams when we're in their stadium, but when they come to Seattle, we play good. So I think Seattle's going to win 24-13. The Dolphins and the Jets, both of these teams won last week. Ryan Tannehill got hurt in his game, and the Jets won in walk-off fashion. Bilal Powell got a touchdown to win the game. Both of these teams are going to win the division with the Patriots in the division and always having Tom Brady. It's going to be a while before they start going down in the standings. Probably a couple of years. This is a division game. There are quite a few division games this week. This happens when the season's coming to an end. You start playing your division more. It's just what happens. Even though Ryan Tannehill is hurt with this ACL sprain, MCL sprain, I think the Dolphins are the better team, and I think they're going to win 17-10. The Eagles and the Ravens, both of these teams lost last week. The Ravens played the Patriots, and of course that is a tough team to beat. But they do play good games against them. They almost won. They came close. Baltimore has a great defense. Their offense is pretty good. Philadelphia has been up and down this season. I think Baltimore is riding with a better team, and I think that's going to be the case in this. I think they're going to be the better team. I think it'll be a good game, but I think Baltimore's defense is going to play a big part in this game. I think the Ravens are going to win 27-14. The Bills and the Browns. The Bills just got destroyed by Le'Veon Bell last week. Not the Steelers, Le'Veon Bell. He literally took that whole game into his hands. 3 touchdowns, 230 yards rushing. And then to add to total yards, he had 290. Like 298. That's crazy. He basically won that game for them. But they could have beat him like even with a 1 touchdown game from Le'Veon Bell. But anyways, the Browns lost again. That's no surprise. I think the Bills are going to get an easy win this week. I think they're going to win 28-7. The Packers and the Bears, like I said, the Packers beat my Seahawks last week. They did great offensively. And the Bears lost last week to the Lions. It was a close game. They put up a good fight, but they did not get the win. Aaron Rodgers did pretty good against the Bears first time this season. Matt Barkley has quietly been probably the Bears' best quarterback this season. I don't see Matt Barkley doing as good as Aaron Rodgers in their offense. Their defense is not that good. Matt Barkley could have a good day against them, but I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have the better day. I think the Packers are going to beat the Bears 24-17. Jacksonville and Houston. Jacksonville played Minnesota last week and lost, and Houston played the Colts and won. I had very little faith that Houston was going to beat the Colts last week, and they proved me wrong. And Jacksonville, I was pretty sure they were going to lose to Minnesota. They are not that great of an offense. They got great pieces, but they don't perform like a great offense. The Minnesota defense is just great, and that's why I thought they were going to win, and I was right. Houston is a pretty good defense in itself, and I think Jacksonville is going to struggle against them too. I think Houston is going to win 23-14. The Chiefs and the Titans. The Chiefs beat an impressive Raiders team last week. That AFC West is a crazy division, but the Broncos, the Chiefs, and the Raiders all fighting for it. The Titans beat their AFC West opponent, the Broncos. I called it last week. I said they were going to be the underdog. I said they were going to come out on top. Most people probably thought Denver was going to win, but I saw what Tennessee and their offense have been doing in the past couple of weeks. They are a good offense. They proved it. They beat the Broncos, a good defense. I think this is going to be a really good game this week. Kansas City is also good defensively. They're also on a very, very hot streak. And Tennessee just beat last year's champs, so they're feeling confident as well. But I think Kansas City is going to win this game. Kansas City, I just see is more confident right now. They're both confident teams, like I said, but I think they're the more confident team at the moment. I think they're going to win 21-17. The Vikings and the Colts. The Colts, like I said, lost to Houston. And Minnesota beat Jacksonville. Andrew Luck struggles game to game. Sometimes he's really good, and sometimes he's not so good. Minnesota's defense has struggled a couple times this season, but for most of the season, they've been good. And I think that's going to continue. I think Andrew Luck is going to have a hard time against this Minnesota defense, and I think the Vikings are going to win 27-20. The Giants and the Lions. I think this is going to be a really good game. The Lions are a good team this year. The Giants are also a good team. They are the only one to hand both losses to the Cowboys. I think this is another game of confidence. The Giants sure do have a lot of confidence for being the only team to beat the Cowboys this season. The Lions barely got past the Bears last week. It's still a win, so they're still confident, but like that's a team that I thought they should have beat pretty easily. I think the Giants are playing great this season. Their run defense has been pretty good, so I think they'll be able to eliminate the Lions running game. And that'll just leave it up to Matthew Stafford, but he's also pretty good at the passing game. In the end, however, I think the Giants are going to be the better football team at the end of the day. I think they're going to win 28-17. The Steelers and the Bengals. The Steelers, like I said, Le'Veon Bell carried that team last week, and they won and beat the Bills. And the Bengals played the Browns, an easy win for them. I think this is going to be an offensive game. I think it's going to be offensive crazy, lots of passing, lots of running. I think it's going to have it all. I think the Steelers are the better offensive team. I think they're going to score high. I think the Bengals will score pretty decently too, but I think Pittsburgh is going to win 35-21. The Saints and the Cardinals. The Saints have been struggling of late, and Arizona lost last week. Arizona's a pretty good defense, and I think it's going to be hard for Drew Brees to get back on track against them. I think David Johnson is going to have a field day against the Saints. I think he's going to go crazy. The Saints have a very vulnerable defense, passing and running. I think this is a dream matchup for David Johnson. I think he's going to carry a huge part of the offense this week, and I think he's ultimately going to lead them to the win. I think David Johnson and the Cardinals are going to beat the Saints 27-17. The Falcons and the 49ers. The Falcons beat the Rams last week, and the 49ers lost last week to the Jets that I mentioned earlier, that walk-off touchdown. Falcons scored like 42 against the Rams. The 49ers are a bad team this year. I think this is going to be a great day for the Falcons offense. I think they're going to go crazy with points. I think the 49ers will be able to score a little because the Falcons defense ain't great, but it's not terrible. In the end, I think Matt Ryan and Devonta Freeman and that whole offense will get the job done. I think the Falcons are going to win 31-14. The Patriots and the Broncos. The Patriots, of course, are always a good team, and the Broncos are not doing as good as they did their championship year. I think they're 8-5, something like that right now. They've been struggling. Their defense is definitely not the same as it was last year. Patriots just beat the Ravens, a good defense. So I think they'll be able to beat the Broncos. I think the Patriots are going to win 24-13. The Raiders and the Chargers. I think this is going to be a pretty good game. Phillip Rivers went crazy against the Raiders the first time they played, and the Raiders are just a good offense overall. San Diego's defense isn't anything amazing. It's not anything terrible, but I think the Raiders offense is going to have a day. I think they're going to be able to ride them to the win. I think the Raiders are going to win 28-21. The Cowboys and the Buccaneers. I think this is going to be a really good game. Really good game. Both great offensive teams. Tampa Bay defense has stepped it up the last couple games. And Dallas just lost to the Giants, like I said, the only team that's beat them. I think both of these offenses are going to be slowed down a little. I don't know what it is. I think we're going to see some pretty good offensive performances in this game, but nothing amazing. I think this is going to be a pretty close game, pretty mid-range scoring. However, I do see the Cowboys getting the win 23-17. The Panthers and the Redskins. The Redskins and the Panthers both won last week. The Panthers beat the Chargers and played pretty good defensively. Redskins continue to do good on offense in their win. I think the Redskins are going to play good offensively once again. I think Carolina's going to struggle a little bit. Washington's been a pretty good team this season. I think Washington is going to win 28-19. Alright guys, thanks for watching Week 15 of Kleschka's Picks. If you liked the video, please give it a like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.